we have September Solicits.
Mhm.
Admittedly, it's a fairly uneventful Solicits. There's not a lot of new stuff added in here, so it's going to be mostly just running down what we're kind of expecting. There is at least one cancellation to mention,
Yeah.
so we will get into it. So this is September 2021 DC Comics Solicitations. Starting off with a lot of the Bat books, and we kind of knew that Fear State was going to be the big thing, tying them all
Yep.
together. In September, it was teased heavily in the August stuff. So I Am Batman issue 1. This is the new John Ridley book, art by Oliver Coipel, and this is your Jace. I was gonna say Ace. It's not a Bat Hound book.
Yeah.
This is your Jace, Bat book by John Ridley. So should be cool to see. It's got a really nice cover here. But 2 really nice covers.
Yeah, 3. And you got the Capullo.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of covers here for this. I guess they're going out with the variants for this one.
Yep.
So, no, need to see. So you got that. What's interesting, and I'm going to mention something from my head as well when I say this. So, Batman's double shipping in September, but notably, the 3 books that are double shipping over the summer, Justice League, Wonder Woman, and Detective, are all single shipping in September.
Yeah.
So your actual book amount, unless you don't read any of those, you only read Batman, I suppose, isn't increasing, which is good. It's actually decreasing. And because this has been treated like an event, I actually kind of like that it's going quicker.
Yeah. Marvel did this with Aaron's Avengers. Like, it would double ship when there was something going on, or they wanted to get through a story or whatever. It would double ship, and then it would go back to monthly. Which I think is a fine strategy because, like you said, they are only, and they're still putting out the same amount of books at the end of the day.
Yeah,
So,
or less so even overall.
right.
What I think about this, so there's 2 things I like about this. One, I like that it shows that DC are being more willing to do what Marvel does with, the transitioning. Like some books can be single shipping 1 month and double shipping when it's more relevant, or maybe be on an 18 issue per year schedule, something like that. I think that's neat. I think that flexibility is good. But in terms of this, because it is being sort of billed as like a Bat event, I've said multiple times that I think events work better when they're not drawn out over 9 months. I think they feel more special when they're condensed to a couple of months. And because you have the other Bat books tying in, it means that it's not going on for 6 months, and which, obviously not all tie-ins to other books last the whole duration of an event, but at least the potential isn't there for something like Nightwing to be tied to this for 6 months. It may be tied to it for 2 months. It may only just be 1 month. It may just be 1 issue that ties in, and that's cool. But it reduces that risk somewhat, I think. So that's Batman issue 112 and 113, which are the first 2 parts of Fear State. So that's cool. There's a nice handy banner at the top of the book as well, just to make it clear. Miracle Molly is getting a Secret Files issue. So this is something they're doing 1 a month. They're doing like a spotlight 1-shot. So this is the 3rd one they're doing. I think we've already had 2 by this point. So that is cool. This is James Tynion the 4th writing with art by Danny. So again, the fact that it's Tynion as well makes you feel like, no, this feels like a proper tie-in to the main story then, because it's going to flesh out this character that's been in the main Bat book. So
is Danny's art what looks like that's on the cover?
I don't know. It says covered by Little Thunder.
Okay, so maybe not.
So I would probably say not. Yeah.
Okay, because if that's how it looks, I'm not gonna be. It's a little too manga for my liking.
Yeah, no, it says covered by Little Thunder. So I mean, for all we know, Danny's art might be manga-esque too.
Oh no, I'm looking at Danny, and it's more traditional, much what I like. So it's very, very. I don't, classic comic book, right? Like, you can see like who am I trying to say? Like the Ditko kind of hard lines with the Kirby. All right. So there's a commission it looks like Danny did with Black Canary that looks fantastic when you search for on Google. So yeah, that's good. I'm excited now.
Yeah, that's cool. And because it's a brand new character as well, she probably needs this issue to flesh her out more than, say, some of the other one-shots that some characters get. Not that I won't read them, and not that they may not be great, but this is perhaps more needed. Then we have Catwoman 35, got the Fear State banner on there, making it nice and clear. So that's cool. Not much to add. I'm sure you love the ivies on the cover.
I do. I like how prominent Ivy's been, but that Frisian cover too.
Yeah, the Frisian cover is definitely the better of the two covers.
Frisian's killing it. But I'm not going to be mad at a Paquette cover because Paquette does Controlled Chaos so well. So, but yeah, I do like how involved Ivy seems to be in Gotham right now. So, I'm very happy.
Yeah, we got Nightwing 84, which is also a Fear State tie-in, although they've not finished the cover yet, so the banner's not there.
No.
But it also has a variant cover, which looks alright as well.
Jamal Campbell. Yeah.
Very neat. So obviously more on the Nightwing later. We have stuff to say on that when we get to the book. Detective Comics 1043, also with the Fear State banner. And it's, it's Mariko Tamaki and Dan Mora. So digging that team's still going. I think there was a concern because it was double shipping for a bit that it was going to maybe change or the art, but the fact that Dan Mora's, I mean, he may have missed an issue, but Dan Mora being back on this September issue comforts me dearly. Then Harley Quinn issue 7 also got that Fear State banner, so neat. And then Batman Urban Legends issue 7. This does not have the Fear State banner, which makes sense given that it's kind of a collection of different ongoing stories.
So this might be the first one that I skip on this because this seems just like a grab bag of stories. So depending on how packed this week is, me saying goodbye to a massive book is not such a bad thing. If it's a short week, I'll probably still read it, right? I'll probably still pick it up. But in the essence of saving time and money, this again seems just like a grab bag in the way that the other ones haven't been.
Well, since you mentioned that, let me read the short descriptions here. So the 4 stories. In Neo Gotham, Bruce Wayne lies murdered in the Batcave. Terry McGinnis, Bruce Wayne's final protege, will travel into the dark heart of Neo Gotham to find out who killed the greatest hero the city ever knew. So, I mean, people who want Batman Beyond stories are probably going to be excited about that. Second story, in Future State, was there any Future State stories in this now as well? In Future State, Cassandra Cain just wants a moment to enjoy a hot meal, but the magistrate's pursuit of her is relentless. Okay.
I like the idea of that story, but again, Future State, now you're teaming with a Batman Beyond story. It doesn't seem like when the first bunch of issues of this book have been like slice of life in Gotham, right? We had Grifter, we've had Red Hood, and then little smaller stories interspersed. This just feels like, hey, what do we have to fill this with right now?
Third story, in a blasted future, the Dark Knight stands alone against the murderous gang threatening his ruined city. So it's the future again. And there mysteriously there will be a shocker. Okay. And then the fourth story, in the 853rd century, Batman 1 million is a warden that must contain the galaxy's criminals, but today there's a breakout on Pluto. Yeah, what's weird about this one is that I think what this is missing for me, because I like the idea of the first 2 stories, but I think what's weird to me about this is that one of the things that I liked about Urban Legends is that it was anchored by 2 ongoing stories, which was the 2, it's effectively 2 miniseries that were just housed in the book.
Right.
So both, they're not being like a proper replacement for either of those, does make me concerned that this is going to be more just like a monthly random little stories book now.
Yeah, and that's to me, and I know that sounds like, oh, more stories is good. Yes, true. However, when you read as much as I do, I'm looking for any break I can get, and when it's a grab bag like this is something that I don't have to pick up the week of, like, because I'm really interested in 3 out of those 4. Like, I don't care about the blasted feature Dark Knight thing, but I like the other 3 enough. But I liked Urban Legends because it was like, this is what's going on in Gotham. That's not Batman. Batman shows up, right? Like we've seen Bruce in the Grifter story, and we saw Batman in the Red Hood story. But like you said, those are 2 anchors. This doesn't seem like it's going to have anchors. And being that this is 7, this just could be a lull issue, right?
This could be effectively, it's weird to say this because of the type of book it is, but it could effectively be a fill-in issue before the next proper stories start.
Right. So
if issue 8 Solicit for October has no part 1s in it, I would start to be concerned that this book is kind of going away from what made it work. Because I wasn't expecting to like the book as much as I did. It was just how good those 2 main storylines were that I kind of, oh no, I need to keep reading this. So I have to admit, I'm less tempted by this issue. based on what
Yeah,
what it says.
because I saw that because I wanted to see who was going to be there, and I noticed like a lot of the they don't have the creators as listed. Like they have Lansing and Colin Kelly there,
Which
but I don't see who else. You know?
Yeah, they're being kind of coy about it, and Lansing and Kelly are just fine. Like, you know, they're not encouraging names. They're not disastrous names either, but they're not exciting names.
So
yeah,
that's what I was skimming through this yesterday because I wanted to be all prepped for the show since I have my nieces now and Ash is keeping them busy. So I wanted to be ready and have points to talk about. And this was the first one that popped up where I was like, oh no, where's our anthology series? This feels like a grab bag, which I know seems like they're the same, but with the anthology again, Gotham seemed to be the main character there, or Gotham Heroes, and this just seems like, oh, you know, Batman from the future. Here's 4 stories at that.
I mean, I will say there's at least a theme because they are all future stories in some way.
Right.
What's kind of interesting is that at least 3 of them are based on futures we've had before. So you've got DC 1 Million, you got Future State, and you got Batman Beyond. It's just that other 4th one that's a little bit just random in the future. So there's a theme, and maybe that's something they want to do. Maybe the one after this will be 4 short stories with a theme of something else. But like maybe it'll be 4 Robin stories or something like that. Maybe they could do some sort of wacky idea like that. But admittedly, yeah, without creators to anchor me and without the ongoing stories that make it feel like an ongoing, I'm less excited. But I will say that Matina cover is quite nice. I'll say that much. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the cover looks great. Like and I love I love Batman Beyond. But yeah.
So then we have the Fables crossover book, which is Batman vs Big Bait, A Wolf in Gotham, issue 1. Story by Bill William, who is the creator of Fables, and art by Brian Level. Is that how you pronounce it? Is it just Level? I feel that feels weird called someone Level.
Or Lavelle, but I don't know if where the accent goes. But so I don't want to be into this just based off of it's Fables and Batman. But then you throw in the Werewolf of Gotham, and it's a mystery case. So I'm kind of like, man.
If I had ever read a single issue of Fables, I'd probably be down to read this on the show, but I've not, so I feel like I'm ill-equipped for it.
Yeah, so...
This is a 6-issue mini, for the record. So that's the thing that's starting in September. Batman The World Special Edition. This is just the collection of all the different countries' Batman stories. This was already...
Well, no, this is this is the 25-cent one for... it looks like, because it says it's 25 cents.
You're right, yeah.
So this is like a sampler, I think.
Oh, so this is just the English story, presumably.
Maybe, but it says the special edition features an incredible tale by Azzarello and Bermeo.
Yeah.
Plus looks at some of the stories.
Yeah,
so it's a sampler.
It's going to be their story because it's the one that's most relevant to the audience, and then some teases for the others then, okay.
Right.
All right, cool. Batman Nightwatch Bat Tech Special Edition. What is this? Oh, it's another 25-cent thing. Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like a kid's kind of style. Like the kid, whatever the kids line was. Remember that whole thing?
Yeah, I understood all the words in that title. I just didn't really know what they meant together.
Nightwatch Bat Tech Special Edition.
Batman Fortnite 0 Point Special Edition, again another 25-cent sampler of the miniseries, presumably that's just been ongoing. All right, then we get some other things. Deathstroke Inc. issue 1. This was announced previously. This is Joshua Williamson with Howard Porter on art. So no doubt we'll be trying this because it's Williamson.
Yep.
It's Deathstroke.
Howard Porter too.
Oh yeah, and another Matina cover and the variant there, which is quite pretty. I have to.
Oh man, but that other variant cover. I think it's the Hughes one.
Oh yeah.
That's my style. It looks like a Pulp Fiction cover. Yeah, Canary on there.
I think you're looking. The next one's the Hughes cover, which is also Black Canary.
Oh, it is. So who's that then?
I don't know.
Maybe that's the Dima Ivano.
Yeah, maybe. Or one of the 2 names that we don't recognize. It'll be one of them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I just figured maybe Hughes the style had changed because they're make it so much like a pulp
No,
thing.
it's just
But,
as soon as I saw the next one, I knew the next one was the huge one.
no, that makes sense.
Yeah. So we got that. Aquaman, the Becoming issue 1. Again, this was announced last week. This is the Jackson Hyde Becoming Aquaman miniseries.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Brandon Thomas and Diego Orotigu or Tige or however I'm pronouncing that. I apologize.
Orlatigui. Orlatigui. There you go.
Olortigue. Yeah, I'll go with that until corrected. But although what we didn't know about, I don't think, was Black Manta issue 1, which obviously I presume goes hand in hand with this Aquaman book.
Yeah.
So this is story by Chuck Brown, and art by Valentine Di Laurando. So let me read this. This is a 6-issue miniseries, and this is completely new. So let me read the description here. Following his appearance in the Aquaman 80th anniversary 100-page spectacular, so something in that's going to lead to this. Good to know. The Scourge of the Seas now gets his own series. Black Manta is chasing a rare metal with incredible powers, and he's not the only one who wants to get his hands on it. Friend and foe alike. Torrid is a former ally who has escaped hell, literally, and to answer the call of the metal, but can Manta trust her? Hopefully so, because he might need her help to fend off Devil Ray, a new competitor for the role of the biggest villain underwater. So, this is kind of neat. I'm always a bit hesitant when villains are the main character in a book.
So, some villains I'm fine with. The ones that ride the anti-hero line, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be rooting for Black Manta. I like that he's a full bad guy. Like, he was such a full bad guy that during the whole Metal Fallout stuff, he couldn't play nice with Luthor's and Justice League. So they threw him out. You know? Like... I mean, so I'm still gonna read this. I like Black Manta. Come on.
I will say I at least like that. You know, we had that Mira mini, which I remember them billing as the first time Mira's ever gotten her own book a couple of years ago, and now we're getting this Jackson and Black Manta books. I mean, they're all minis, but I do at least like they're kind of trying different things with the Aquaman corner of the universe. So
yeah,
that's neat.
And I'm looking up this artist because that name is so familiar. Okay, that's why. Valentine Landro did the Mr. Miracle story, I think, in Superman of Metropolis and Superman Worlds of War.
In Future State?
In Future State, yeah. And he does the covers on the current.
Hey, that art was nice.
Mr. Miracle. Exactly. So if we're getting that art, because I recognize that name. So if we're getting that art, great.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit hesitant. I mean, this is only a mini, so we'll see. If it ends with him just shanking both of them and maintaining that he's the baddest bad guy, then cool.
Gotta try because there's no Aquaman book right now, I suppose technically this Jackson book is an Aquaman book because it's called Aquaman, but you know what I mean. There's no Arthur Aquaman book, so it's interesting we're getting these two minis at the same time. And then we get Harley Quinn the animated series, the Eat Bang Kill Tour issue 1. This is a 6-issue mini as well. Yep. Story by T. Franklin and art by Max Sarin. So,
yeah. Seems fun.
Fans of the show, I'm sure we'll enjoy, and we'll get to the controversy after the solicits. I know everyone wants us to talk about the controversy.
I don't. This has been done to death, but
we have to talk about it, Matt. Like, there'll be discussion of pussy on this episode, and we're just going to have to live with it. Okay. We should have put a parental advisory warning.
Yeah, should have.
All right. Next up, Suicide Squad King Shark issue 1. This is a 6-issue mini, with Tim Seeley writing and art by Scott Collins. We did hear about this before, although I don't think I remembered it being a mini. I think I remember. I was convinced
this was a one shot.
Yeah, I thought it was a one shot as well, but it's one of 6, so fair enough. I think there could be some hilarity from a King Shark miniseries.
It seems like, I know you didn't watch the Harley Quinn show, but this seems very much like King Shark from the Harley Quinn show.
Mm-hmm.
Played by Ron Funches, who's big and scary, but very insecure.
Yeah, given the timing as well, I would say that the more comedic tone of King Shark in the Suicide Squad movie is probably playing a role in this existing, because this is coming out in September. That movie's out in August, I think. So, the synergy is there.
and I like Seeley because Seeley can do crazy things, but well. So, I mean, I also like Grayson that he wrote with King. So, and there's a lot of crazy stuff in there. Um, just the idea that says King Shark must battle brutal warriors like Queen Tiger, King Roach, Prince Nematode, Princess Peregrine, and the terrifying Man King to finally attain his destiny and make his dour dad proud. Just that lineup of characters, you know.
I can't deny it's an interesting
Yes.
prospect. I'm more excited for that than the Black Manta book, mainly just because one, Seeley's get more of a proven track record with me, and two, because I think King Shark can be more of a funny, sympathetic villain than Black Manta can, because Black Manta is just a bastard, right? That's how he's presented. Next up, we got Are You Afraid of Darkseid? I still think it's missing the. Are You Afraid of the Dark Side?
And look at this, cover. It's definitely an homage to the TV show.
No doubt.
So, like, come on, DC.
Yeah, you got Robin, Damien's got the torch, and he's doing the spooky stories on the campfire.
Submitted for your approval.
Yeah, so this is your yearly Halloween 80-page collection of short stories, horror related. We got stories by Elliot Callan, Colin Kelly, Jackson Lansing, Jeremy Hahn, Kenny Porter, Calvin Kasolke, Terry Blass, and Ed Brisson. I have to admit, it's not a super exciting list of writers.
This is an easy skip.
Now, admittedly, a couple of them I just don't know, and they could be great for all I know, but there's no one there pulling me in.
$10 is a lot to take a gamble.
I mean, if it's a quiet week, is it on like a fifth week? No, it's not.
It's the first.
It's on week
first
one.
Week of, it's my birthday week, so odds are I wouldn't be there to talk about it anyways.
Yeah. Who said you could do something for your birthday? No. I'm putting a ban on.
No.
Birthday celebrations.
Inching closer to old age, and I don't like it.
Could be worse. It could be Connor.
Sure. Always.
Titans United issue 1, 7-issue miniseries, story by Kevin Scott and art by Jose Luis. Notably though, this is mainly New Teen Titans, but you also have Connor Ken and a couple others from
and Red Hood.
Yeah.
New Teen Titans plus guests.
Yes.
Isn't this single issues of that OGN that they were putting out exclusively on the Reader app?
Yes, I remember talking about this sounding like it was a graphic novel. Is this get? Hold on, let me read the thing, right? There's not much here, but maybe there'll be something. The Titans face their greatest challenge, their own powers. Nightwing, Donna Troy, Superboy, Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, and Red Hood kick off a thrilling new case that will lead to their own question. One of their own question, not only their place in the team, but their very existence. I mean, I'll try it.
Yep.
I don't know who Kevin Scott is to be excited about the writing, but I would like to read a good Titans book.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, I would like to. Joker Volume 1 collection, sure. The order here's a bit weird. Far Sector, full collection, all 12 issues, nice.
Finally.
Yeah.
That's good.
Other History of the DC Universe, same, get collection. Milestone Compendium 1. So this is a beefy paperback of 1,300 pages.
It's gonna have Blood Syndicate 1 through 12, Hardware 1 through 12, Icon 1 through 10, Static 1 through 8, Zombie 0 through 11, and Shadow Cabinet 0, including arcs never before collected. So it is literally, hey, Milestone, don't drop it on your foot, you'll break your something.
Yep, this is one way to get them all out there as quickly as possible. So then we're at the rest of the proper DC books. We have Action Comics 1035. Nice cover there with Lois and John sitting on the porch, I think.
Yep.
Batman 89 issue 2. I'm actually looking forward to these movie books. I'm kind of curious about them. That
cover is fantastic.
Yeah. You got Billy D. Harvey Dent with like the shadow of Batman making the Two-Face on his face.
Yep.
It's a nice touch. No, I'm gonna looking forward to trying those. We got Batman Battalion issue 4, which is starting later this month, I think. If I remember correctly. So we got Batman the Adventures Continues season 2 issue 4, Batman the Detective issue 5, the penultimate issue of that one, Batman Superman issue 22. Here's where a bit of news hits. This is the series finale. So Batman Superman is ending with issue 22. And obviously it's a fun book, but let's be honest, Jean Lun Yang get put in a book and it ended about an arc or two later. Does that sound familiar to anyone?
Yeah. It's
There's two writers that associate this with in DC. One is Jean Lun Yang, and the other one is, and I'm forgetting her name, but she was right at the end of New 52 Supergirl. She then got the end of Superwoman and Rebirth. I'm blanking on her name, unfortunately, but again, a writer I quite enjoy the work of whenever they're putting a book, but it always seems to be just for the last arc before the book gets cancelled. And it's
talking about that was the Supergirl, that was the Citadel stuff, right?
Yes.
No, this is Kate. This is Kate Perkins.
Kate Perkins. Yeah, Kate Perkins. It's usually Kate Perkins that she's credited as. That's why I knew it wasn't.
That's not what I was gonna say. So it was not at the tip of my tongue.
Yes.
So, but yeah.
Cool. Well, there you go. That was the example. Next up, Blue and Gold issue 3. Matt's most excited, anticipated thing ever.
I'm very, very excited.
Challenge of the Super Sons issue 6, continue to reprint the digital stuff. Checkmate issue 4, Bendis and Malieve, of course.
Because Superman's punching Iron Man, which cool.
I'm fairly certain that it's not Tony Stark, but we'll see. It would be a shot.
You can't say that it's not yet.
We got Crushing Lobo issue 4, probably our least anticipated, even though it's Tamaki. I mean, it is Tamaki, but
yeah, but it's Lobo, and
Crushing Lobo.
But also the art, it's Amaki and New Helpin'. That's good art. But yeah,
it's a pickle. DC Horror presents The Conjuring, The Lover issue 4. How many semicolons do you need?
Well, I might just read this only for the backup because have you watched the third one yet, Pete?
Nope.
Okay, damn it.
Nope. I'm waiting until I'm reviewing it with Tim.
Gotcha. Well, I will say nothing in spot of not spoiling.
So we got Future State Gotham issue 4. That's continuing on. Green Lantern issue 6.
Good cover.
Yep.
It's got a yin yang kind of vibe to it with Sinestro and Joe.
Well, I think even the fact that Sinestro's involved is noteworthy. Given, I mean, he was in the first issue at the meeting, but he's not really been a major element yet. Then we have Hardware season 1 issue 2. So this is milestone stuff. Same with Icon and Rocket season 1 issue 3. And then we have Infinite Frontier issue 6, the finale of Infinite Frontier. Because keep in mind, this is double shipping for its middle issues. So issue 1 starts like next month, I think. And then there's 2 months of double shipping, and then issue 6 is September. So it's moving at a nice pace. So it's wrapping up in early September. So very much looking forward to the fallout of that and seeing where that goes. Justice League 68, like I say, only 1 issue in September, unlike the previous few months. Justice League Infinity issue 3. Then we have Justice League Last Ride issue 5. A book which I tried, thought was okay, and then there was too many books, the second issue coming out. So it's basically been dropped by us, but it exists. Legends of the Dark Knight issue 5. Looney Tunes 262. Mad Magazine 22. Mr. Miracle, The Source of Freedom issue 5. Pennyworth issue 2. I forgot that we're doing a Pennyworth book.
Yeah.
Robin issue 6. That's still going nicely. The final issue 12 of Rorschach, is out in September. So should be a big deal. Very much looking forward to it. The cover's really cool, simple.
Yes.
They've all been kind of really simplistic, but really interesting ideas. So should be good. We got Ruby Justice League issue 6. We got Sensational Wonder Woman issue 7, more digital reprints. Shazam issue 3, this is the 4-issue mini tying into the Teen Titans Academy.
Return of Neuron. That's pretty big for the Magic side of DC.
Yep, I guess. We got Static season 1 issue 4. Then we have the final issue of Strange Adventures issue 12. But how did did Rorschach and Strange Adventures end up ending on the same month? Because they did not start at the same time.
No, because remember there was that big layoff because of the pandemic with Strange Adventures.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't realize they were in sync now.
Yeah.
So that's going to be so weird. We're going to lose two of the most interesting books to talk about at the same month.
Man, the tag for the Strange Adventures is very exciting.
The tag? What's the tag?
Yeah, not the tag, but the what it's about down at the bottom.
The text. It's also text.
Yeah.
Mm.
So.
Which I'm not going to read because I don't really want to know too much now.
No, I'm just reading there. It's even though it's the last issue, there's so much at play still.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good writing to me.
We got Suicide Squad issue 7, so that's trucking along.
Get ambush bug out of my face.
Suicide Squad Get Joker issue 3. This is the Azzarello and Maleev book. I forgot this existed. And probably the same reaction I had the first time I saw it is that, I don't really want to read a Suicide Squad Joker book. Oh wait, it's Azzarello and Maleev. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'll shut up now. Then we got Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow issue 4. So obviously that's the Tom King book that's just starting this week, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. The other movie book that we're looking forward to trying, which is Superman 78 issue 2, with you got some more Gene Hackman Lex on the front there.
Yep.
Excited for that. Superman and the Authority issue 4. The Grant Morrison book, which again I've kind of not remembered that it exists yet. Probably because we've not had issue 1 yet. Once I've had issue 1, it'll get implanted in the brain.
But look, there's Eclipso there. That's exciting.
Yeah. I have to, and Yan and Art. I'm certainly not mad about Yan and Art. Superman Son of Kal-El issue 3, Tom Taylor Superman book. So that's continuing on. Teen Titans Academy issue 7. The Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries issue 6. The Flash 774. And we have the Joker issue 7. Joker Presents a Puzzle Box issue 2. Nice House on the Lake issue 4, which is now one of the most anticipated books each month.
So this one seems to be about the person designated the comedian. So I think we were onto something with each of those symbols being in order of the book. So
yeah, very, very possibly. And then Swamp Thing issue 7. Obviously super excited for that. Same with Wonder Girl issue 5. Just listing out these last few books. Wonder Woman 779. Again, this is single shipping in September, not double like it had been. So that is neat. Wonder Woman Black and Gold issue 4. More of the distinct art style. And then from there we're on to just the collections, which include Wonder Woman by Perez Volume 6 is in there. There's a Batgirl of Burnside Omnibus coming out.
Yeah.
So that exists. And I'll also mention there was another omnibus down here. The second half of the Mike Grell Green Arrow run, which already has a Volume 1, which they're calling the Longbow Hunters Saga Omnibus, but this is Volume 2 coming out with the second half. Right. So that's all nice and done, which is cool. So there you go. That's just anything you'd like to add or point out that. Yeah.
No, I'm just looking through some of these on here. No, nothing.
Yeah. It's a kind of uneventful batch. I mean, we did have a couple of announcements for new things last week, but the new things aren't like game-changing, like big new ongoing series or anything like that. There's no earth-shattering announcements in this batch, I wouldn't say. So, dull in a sense, but also that's not a bad thing necessarily when we like a lot of the ongoing books, because it means a lot of them aren't getting cancelled or changed, and that's, this is a case of no news is good news. So let's talk about Batman's sexual preferences now, because
oh boy,
look, we have to bring it up at least a little bit. If you didn't see this week, there's an episode of the upcoming season 3 of the Harley Quinn animated series, in which the creators, who have said that in the past they've been allowed to do pretty much whatever they want with that show, but they were told to take out a scene in which at least made it clear that Batman was performing oral sex on Catwoman. And I think if it was just that they removed that, I don't think anyone would have cared that much, but it was the quote. It was the reason that was apparently quoted to them, which was, "Heroes don't do that." Which set Twitter and social media a storm into talking about why heroes do that, and why Batman is selfless and would go down on poor Catwoman. And it led to a lot of memes, some of which were quite funny. Adding captions to various panels to turn it into a conversation about that.
One of the ones that did make me laugh was it was from the Manipul book from Trinity, where they're all sitting. It's Superman, Wonder Woman, Bruce, all sitting around the table. And John asks a question, and they respond, Batman doesn't do that. And just the fact that it was so not belonging in such a wholesome...
The two that cracked me up is, one was just, I don't know what book it was from, so it's an older book because it's Catwoman's in an older outfit, but Batman says, at least in the captions that were added, I know every nerve cluster on a man's body, and Catwoman says, and a woman's too, right? And then Batman just stands there staring, and then she looks more teary-eyed. A woman's too, right? That made me laugh. The other one made me laugh is someone clipped out a scene from one of the animated movies. I would say Under the Red Hood, but he was talking to Nightwing, I think. So I don't know if there was a scene like this from that. But basically, Batman is explaining why he doesn't kill, right? And someone's asked him, why doesn't he do that? And someone clipped his response that's just saying, because if I do that, if I let myself sink to that level, I'll never come back.
Oh boy.
Look, it was a fun couple of days on Twitter, and if nothing else, right, Scott Snyder said it best, this is better than the debate whether or not Batman should kill the Joker, which he shouldn't, for the record. And everyone says he should is on the wrong side of history. So
yeah, that's what differentiates him from Jason Todd.
Yes. And no one wants to be a Jason Todd.
No.
And if you do, reevaluate your life choices.
And then here comes Zack Snyder kicking the door down 4 days late. And I was like, dude, go away, please.
I'll be honest, and I'm not just saying this because I obviously dislike Snyder's work, right? And I'm very critical of his movies and stuff. But his felt a little bit less funny because it was just, oh, here's an image of him doing it.
Because he doesn't understand subtlety, Pete. We've been over this.
It's like everyone else, like taking Batman's speech about not killing and making it sound, or at least just like having the idea in your head so it sounds like he's saying that if he does that to a woman, that he'll go into a dark place in his mind that he'll never come out of. That's funny. Like recapturing reaction shots to be as if it's him talking about that is funny. Just having an image that you've photoshopped to make it look like he's doing it. It's not that. I don't know. It's just crude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And again, just kicking the door back through, going, I want to participate. 4 days late. It's like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
So
the funny thing about this though is that this is way more attention it would have ever gotten had it just been in the episode.
And that's what I feel. That's why I feel like the creative team behind Harley, this is something like I don't think they're as upset about it, and they're sitting back laughing about how much controversy that it's created now, because that is the spirit of the show.
Yeah, I mean, it's entirely possible that it wasn't planned, obviously, but once they had it rejected and they got that line, like it wouldn't surprise me if they put it out there because they knew this is actually like free marketing. We could create buzz for the show by having 100%. People talk about this. So, fair play. So yes, Batman, I believe he would do it. Just if we're going to make a stance. And if he doesn't, he should.
Well, he is a billionaire that is so used to other people taking care of him. So the off-brand.
What you say? You said he gets Alfred to do it? Is that what you said?
I don't know. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he might not be the most generous. And you know what I mean?
Okay.
That said, he probably has a lot of toys. So,
there's a few things on that bat belt. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh dear. Okay, there we go. We can move on. It would be very easy to take this to a cruder place, but we're going to leave it here. I'm going to be somewhat nice and keep this at least teen friendly.